Hope you're having a great morning out there as we get things happening for you. And I tell you, the moment of truth, this show is absolutely sweeping the nation, and it's back with a new season. This guy was on there last week. Curtis from the Moment of Truth. What's up, man? How you doing?
Top of the morning to you, pal.
I tell you, so what in the heck made you want to do this show, man? What struck you to do it?
You know, that's actually a great question. I'm still wondering that myself. No, I had, one of those things. I was on Craigslist, submitted myself, and It just kind of steamrolled, and, all of a sudden I'm in the hot seat. So it was one of those things that I didn't really have time to think.
Now, of course, the show, everybody's watching it, and they ask you stuff, when you're actually on the TV there, the one we're seeing, they're asking you stuff, and our chins are dropping. But now, do you know the questions beforehand, before you actually go out there?
I do. I know all the questions, but I just don't know how the polygraph responded to my questions.
Gotcha. So how does it work? Kind of walk us through, I guess, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
You kind of give a bio, a little bit about yourself, and that's how they can tell you if you're interesting or not, or, if you're a good contestant. Then they kind of pick you to be on the show. They do a little, like, snooping around with the family and friends, try to get any questions that, they'd want to hear.
Right.
And then you do the polygraph, and they ask you 50 questions. Yeah. And then out of those 50 questions, 21 are used on the show. And
I guess some of them, though, are like softball questions, though, right? Is this your certain birthday or something like that, right?
That's the thing that really baffled me. They didn't do any control questions on that. So they never said, is your name Curtis Rank, or is are you a white male, whatever. Right. They didn't do any of that. They just kind of dove into the questions.
Wow. So are you sitting there, and of course you got to be a little bit nervous anyway, right, when they're doing this stuff?
Oh yeah, they stopped it twice for me, and they're like, dude, you're just too nervous. Just say yes or no. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Normally when I answer yes or no questions, I don't have electronic equipment strapped to my body.
Yeah, and they're not quite as personal probably as the stuff they're asking you.
Exactly.
So they tell you're going to go on there, and you're going to be on TV. You're going to be in front of the studio audience and your friends and family and everything else. Are you totally freaking out at this point, or did you ever regret it at any point when you first come out on stage or anything?
You know what? Going on stage, it's pretty intimidating. I mean, there's 400 or 500 people in the audience, and lights and producers everywhere, and then it kind of just hit you all at once. You're like, wow, am I really going to do this? This is crazy.
Right. Now, of course, you walked away with $100,000, right? Is that what you ended up with?
Correct. Yep, 100,000.
Now, at any point, did you set in your mind, I'm walking away with 100 no matter what, or were you like just?
Initially, I only wanted to go for 10,000 and just be done.
Yeah.
And basically my family and friends just kept on going, and I probably could have got to at least 350.
Yeah.
But I just was kind of not trusting my judgment on the polygraph that I'm going to get caught on something stupid and then lose everything. So I just took the $100,000 and walked.
And did what you had to do. Now, of all the questions, which one kind of shocked you the most, I guess, when they actually threw it at you and you knew you had to answer that in front of everybody?
The last question was, have you ever cheated on your former girlfriend, Aurora?
Right.
And that question I answered no to on the polygraph test.
Yeah.
And if they would have put that in, the second or third question,
right,
I probably would have said no and been, knocked out of the show for lying, or for what they thought was lying. So I noticed that they put it in at the $100,000 question. So I thought, they put this here for a reason. They're not just going to give you $100,000.
Right.
So I changed my answer at the last second. And Mark Wahlberg, the host, was like, well, I noticed you answered no on the polygraph test. Why do you change your answer? And I said, there could be a lot of reasons why it came up positive. I said, have I flirted with girls at a bar? I'm like, absolutely.
Right.
Have I text messaged girls that aren't my girlfriend? I'm like, I'm guilty of that. I'm like, but I never touched another girl. And so they're like, all right, well, thanks for coming. Do you want to go more? I'm like, no, I'll take my money. Thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can cash out with $100,000 and feel pretty good about things. I think that'll pay for your gas out there and back,
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Would you go on the show?
Yeah, man, I would do it. Why not? It's a chance at money. Of course, I say that now, but if they actually said, hey, do you want to do it? I don't know. It'd be tough. I don't know. That'd be tough,
Why do you think the show is so popular?
I think because everybody likes to see other people squirm in the hot seat like that, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it's like watching a train wreck, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think they, but yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just that everybody thinks they can do it, and then I think the thing too is like always like it's like this show or like the Deal or No Deals or any of those. You're always like yelling for the person, walk away now, walk away now. It's like they never cash out early enough. But I think you got out right at the right time with $100,000. That's pretty.
And it's always kind of fun too if you see people kind of go for it and then lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're kind of like, see, I told you. Anyway, how's your life changed, man? Before you get out of here, what's different for you now since you've been on the show? Do you catch a lot of grief?
You know what? Just with a lot of people that thinking that everything they see on television is real.
Right.
And then I'm having to like explain myself to certain people. Like all my family and all my friends know, but like if a stranger comes up to me at a bar, they're like, "How could you do that?" I'm like, "Listen."
Hey, $100,000 is $100,000. People.
It was editing.
Yeah, it's true. I guess a lot of it is the editing stuff too, right? They kind of doctor it up a little bit and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
my life really isn't that interesting.
Whatever, man. You're doing a radio tour. What's wrong with that, man? Yeah, seriously. But seriously, man, thank you for coming on, hanging out with us this morning. New episode of Moment of Truth coming on Tuesday, June 3rd at 7 o'clock Central here in Bowling Green on the WBKO Fox. Curtis, my man, seriously, congratulations. And you know what? I think you're braver than probably 99% of the American population out there, brother. So good luck to you, and continue. If you need help spending that money, let me know. I can help you out with it, okay?
I sure will. I appreciate it, man. Great show.
There you go. It's Curtis from the Moment of Truth on Fox. Check out a new episode tomorrow night. It's the Tony Rose Morning Show on Sam 100.7.